What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Speaking of which, congratulations to Raul Dorian on winning last week's $50 giveaway for the NBA videos. Appreciate you commenting, appreciate you watching, appreciate everyone who commented and watched and all that good stuff. Raul, that might be like as I literally, the way I choose is I'll literally choose one of the videos from last week, scroll, and just stop my finger. And it was, I think it's probably, I'm safe to say, I think it's the first Raul that's won. So congratulations, Raul. Hey, congrats, my brother. So thank you guys for joining me as always. I am completely transparent in this game. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, the first week of NBA was a struggle for me. You know what I mean? I struggled on my first week of NBA. I don't know how everyone else did, but I struggled on my first week. It wasn't a lack of effort, obviously. Like, I'm all over it. Just things were a little crazy in the first week. Now that we're a week through the season, things are going to start to level out. And I'm excited for the potential that we have. I'm excited for the streaks that we're once again going to go on. We still have a 16-day streak to beat for NBA. And I don't know if it's even possible to reach it anymore. But we did do 16 days, and we still have that cemented in our history. We still have a 16-day streak that we have to beat. So that's always on my mind. I'm always going to be trying to get there. So as you guys know, single entry cash games. Keep rolling majority of your bankroll in single entry cash games. When there's good size slates, you can play your normal amount of bankroll. If there's tiny little 2 game, 3 game slates, maybe tone it back just a little bit. Play smart bankroll management. As you go, you'll learn, and that's how you do it. But anyways, greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. I'm choosing 5 active Greenlight DFS members to give $100 each to today. So if you are an active Greenlight DFS member as of right now, active for any subscription, make sure you check your email. As the day goes on, I'm going to be sending emails to people, and I'm going to be getting PayPal information from you. All right, so I'm going to choose your account. I'm going to email you and ask you for your PayPal information, and then send you over $100 for being an active member. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys riding. Obviously, it's inevitable to lose in DFS. You're going to have down moments in DFS. It's DFS. You know what I mean? If you're not aware of how DFS is, yes, losing happens. It is impossible in DFS to win every single day. We've had a lot of success over the years, but it is impossible to win every day. You're gonna lose. You're gonna have down moments. Period. You're gonna have down days in general. Like I had a down week the first week. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have down moments. It's about how you get back on it and you keep grinding and you just you make up for it later on. So every start to every NBA season I've done for the last 10 years has been slow. That's just how it is. It's like that for the beginning of every sport because you're kind of at a lack of knowledge on how these teams are going to be. You can go off of what they did last year, but a lot of these teams aren't going to be the same exact teams as last year. Maybe a roundabout, but the usage with different players going on different teams is going to be more spread out. Things are just going to be different. And so now that we're a week in, I'm excited for our potential. Sorry, allergy season, man. Damn. It went from like 90 degrees in Texas to like 60 a week ago, and my allergies been acting up ever since. My son's too. Son's over here hawking up loogies all day. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it, man. All right. I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. Let's get right into the high five. Let's head out. I still have an NFL showdown video to do for Monday Night Football. So, starting off at point guard, James Harden's going to be my main go to guy here. He's too cheap at the end of the day. 9K is too cheap for Harden. The way he's been playing this season, he has been lights out. His price has plummeted. It's a fantastic spot. I believe he was 11-6 last slate. And now he's 9K going against a Pacers squad that not only has been playing fast, but defensively they are horrible. Yes, there is blowout risk. Philly could absolutely annihilate the Pacers. But if this game stays close, James Harden and Embiid are going to dominate. And James Harden, I have interest in even if a blowout situation happens, because at 9K, you can get 5x in 3 quarters. And if the game happens to be close, James Harden's going to smash value at 9K. So no matter how this game goes, I'm interested in James Harden. He's just too good, playing way too well now that he's slimmed down. He's just absolutely on fire. The matchup is way too good. Embiid's also going to dominate down low. There's nobody for Indiana who can stop. Miles Turner's out. They have a couple big men out for Indiana. So there's just no chance that they stop Embiid down low either. But James Harden's the guy I'm going to go with because he's much cheaper. I believe he's 1,500 cheaper. What is Embiid's price real quick? Yeah, 1,500 cheaper. to have James Harden. So I'm going James Harden for me. Um, because once again, the matchup is fantastic against the fast-paced, bad defensive Pacers. And even if the game ends up being a blowout, I think he hits value. I have him projected at 48.6, and that's still keeping kind of blowout in mind. So I really like James Harden here in this one at 9K. All right, next up, this kid, man, I love to see this dude balling out, man. Jalen Green. Jalen Green for Houston has been fantastic. Now he's going against Utah, who is just it's a solid matchup. They gave up over 40 to Anthony Edwards. It's a solid matchup here for Jalen Green, especially when the dude's chucking up 20 shots per game. The usage is there for Jalen Green at the end of the day. And like I said, for a guy taking 20 shots a game at 6'3", he's still a fantastic play in this one. And Houston, Utah is one of my favorite games on the slate because not only is the total decent, but the spread's close. So it's going to be a solid game to target on both sides. Both defenses have not been very good. Both teams play at a decently fast pace, so that's good for fantasy points. Speaking of that game, this dude's been doing really well for me when I play him. Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen's got a solid usage rate on this Utah team. He has been taking like 17 shots per game. He's 6'4", and he rebounds, all that good stuff. Amazing matchup against Houston, who's one of the faster paced teams and worst defenses in the entire league so far in the first 3 games. I love Lauri Markkanen. Fantastic spot for Utah to really take advantage in this game. It's a solid spot for these guys. Now, an interesting spot I have here, and this is one we got to keep an eye on, but Colin Sexton. As you can see, I've updated him to almost 6x. I believe he has 6x potential for sure. Mike Conley is looking doubtful with it being the back end of a back-to-back. They played yesterday, so because of Mike Conley being doubtful and possibly resting tonight, is something to keep an eye on. I don't have any definitive news 100%, but I'm expecting Mike Conley to rest with it being the back end of a back-to-back. And if he does, I'm expecting Colin Sexton to start at point guard. Now, if they end up doing something else crazy with the lineup and like Jordan Clarkson starts at point guard, then Clarkson's the play and I absolutely love him. But I'm expecting Sexton to start at point guard. Sexton's usage on this team has been fantastic. Sexton is a fantastic player in general. So if he starts for Utah, I'm all over him at 5'4", and I wanted to put him in the high 5 because he's that big of a play for me if he starts and Mike Conley is in fact out. I have Mike Conley as doubtful. With it being a back end of a back-to-back, I'm expecting him to rest. With that said, the young guy in Sexton, he's not going to need any rest. He should enter the starting lineup in that situation. So I love Colin Sexton. Markkanen gets a little bump there. Clarkson is going to do more ball handling. I like him as well. So it's a fantastic spot there. All right. Next, at utility, I'm going to roll with Desmond Bane. Memphis, Brooklyn is another game that I definitely have a ton of interest in. It's another one of those games that's a high total, close spread. Both of these teams defensively have not been very good. Memphis, I expect that to kind of get a lot better. Last year, they were one of the best defensive teams in the entire league. This year, they have not been very good, but I'm expecting that just to kind of be they're still trying to find their footing in these first few games. I do think Memphis's defense is better than it's been so far, but at the end of the day, this is a close spread. This is a high total. Desmond Bane's chucking up a ton of shots right behind John Morant. So Morant and Bane are Memphis's offense, and I love this matchup against Brooklyn. That's been one of the worst defensive teams in the league this year as well. So both of these teams defensively have not been playing well. Vegas has the total as the highest, one of the highest totals, and close spread. So this is definitely a game I wanted exposure to as well. I checked the Brooklyn side to see who I'd be interested in getting. It's hard to decide with guys like Kyrie, Durant over there, and you never really know what you're going to get. Durant is super consistent, and he's fine, but I'm a little not sure on the Brooklyn side, but I like the price point that we can get Bane, who's going to be a big part of Memphis side at only 6'5". So that rounds out the high 5. We got James Harden at the top. Yes, we understand there's blowout risk, but at 9K, I think he hits value regardless, even if he doesn't play a lot of the fourth quarter. I think 3 quarters is going to be plenty for him to hit value here. He could have 50 at the end of the third quarter. The matchup is fantastic, and if this game ends up close, Harden could break the slate. As well as Embiid. I like Embiid too, but there is real blowout risk potential, yes. But the matchup's great. And a lot of times when it feels like it's an obvious blowout risk, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. It could possibly. I wouldn't fade Harden solely on the fact of blowout. At the end of the day, this matchup is so beautiful and the price is so beautiful that it's worth taking that risk of taking the chance there. Especially, I mean, the spread's 10. If it's a 10-point spread, he's not gonna be benched. You know what I mean? Like if it's only Vegas has the spread at 10, If that is in fact true, and Vegas is correct, which as we know, Vegas is wrong a lot. If it's only a 10-point spread, then he's going to still play the fourth. If it's 20, 30, he won't. Jalen Green at shooting guard. Usage has been the best on Houston. He's taking 20 shots a game at 6'3". That's too cheap. Lauri Markkanen has been an absolute monster for Utah. Fantastic matchup for Utah. I'm definitely wanting some Utah players today. Colin Sexton with no Conley, doubtful on the back end of a back-to-back. I'm sorry, y'all. Damn. Allergies, man. Colin Sexton, fantastic spot at 5'4". If he starts with Conley resting, pay attention to that. If Conley plays, I don't want Sexton. All right, so that's important to watch. Desmond Bane, in what is a high total Brooklyn-Memphis game. Both of these defenses have not been playing good defense. I'm expecting Bane to have a solid game here. And at 6'5", he's a fantastic option as well. Who was the guy that I had? Instead of Bane, I had someone else. I'm trying to figure out who I had instead of Bane at one point. I can't remember. Other players I like on the slate. Let's talk about the other ones. Josh Hart at 5'6" sticks out to me. He does a lot on the floor. Tyler Harrow sticks out to me at 6'5". Jalen Noel at 3'8" is solid value. Devin Vassell. Vassell's the guy I had. Vassell is a fantastic play today. As we know, his usage is big with DeJounte Murray now in Atlanta. Vassell has been fantastic as of late. The last couple games he's been amazing, and at 5'4", he's still crazy value. He's still too cheap, so Vassell's a fantastic play once again. Kelly Olynyk for Utah, another Utah player that I love. Aldama for Memphis going against Brooklyn, only 5'1", another solid value. Let's see, what else? That's about it, y'all. So good luck on this slate for Monday, man. I'm excited to get things going. I'm excited to get a nice little streak going. Let's see if we can beat that 16-gamer. It's going to be incredibly tough, but we're going to try. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Showdown slate is coming right up. Y'all stay inside. Allergy season is upon us. All right, y'all. Peace.